Hi everyone, welcome back to Leadership Series. Now let me ask you a few questions. What separates great leaders from average managers? Is it experience, intelligence, or strategy? Or is it something much simpler? How about communication? Because in every organization, success rises or falls on how effectively leaders communicate. Many organizations don't struggle because of lack of talent. They struggle because of misunderstandings, unclear expectations, and lack of connections between leader and team. Think about it. How many workplace conflicts begin with poor communication? How many employees leave organizations because they feel unheard or undervalued? A leader may have a brilliant vision, but if that vision is not communicated clearly, teams lose direction, motivation, and confidence. Communication is not just about speaking, it's about creating clarity, trust, and alignment. So, in this video, we will explore the key habits that make leaders truly influential. What is communication really? Now, let's pause for a moment and think, what exactly is communication? Is it just talking? Giving instructions, or sending emails? Not really. In simple terms, communication is about creating a shared understanding. It's not enough that I speak, it's not enough that you hear. What really matters is, do we both understand the same thing? Because many times in organizations, we assume communication has happened just because something was said. But in reality, the other person may have understood it differently. That's where the real gap lies. Now let's take an example.
See, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me? Come see for yourselves. Come on. Come on. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at it in another way. Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try. Now, when you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think. Boys, you must strive to find your own voice. Because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all. Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Don't be resigned to that. Break out. Don't just walk off the edge like lemmings. Look around you.
In the movie Dead Poets Society, Professor Keating showed us how effective communication can inspire people to think beyond limitations. His calm yet powerful words encouraged reflection, confidence, and independent thinking among students. He did not lead through authority, he led through inspiration. He led through empathy and meaningful communication. He encouraged his students to challenge limitations and discover new perspectives, hence encouraging reflection, confidence, and independent thinking. Keating's leadership reminds us that communication is not only about giving instructions, it is about helping people discover their own voice and perspective. This movie reminds us that true leadership begins when communication empowers others to think, feel, and believe differently about themselves and the world around them. Strong communication skills help leaders build trust within teams, improve collaboration, increase employee engagement, resolve conflicts effectively, and create a positive workplace culture. Even experienced leaders sometimes make communication mistakes. Common examples include giving unclear instructions, not listening to employees, avoiding difficult conversation, using too much corporate jargon, or failing to communicate transparently during challenges. Over time, these habits reduce trust and weaken team culture. So let's see how to build successful habits of an influential leader. Number 1. Be clear and specific. Verbal communication is the most visible part of communication. A good leader ensures instructions are clear and specific, that messages are simple and easy to understand, and that their tone is respectful and confident. Now let's look into some examples to make it more easy. First example, a leader says, "Finish this work soon." So in this statement, the word soon is confusing. Instead, Please complete this report by 4 pm and include last week's data. This sentence is even more clear, specific, and actionable. Another example. Your work is not good. This statement is demotivating and vague. Instead, your report is well structured, but try adding more data analysis in the conclusion. This sentence is more constructive and helpful. One more example. Let's improve performance. This is too generic. Instead, let's focus on reducing client response time from 24 hours to 12 hours this week. This is very specific. So let's go to the next tips. Open body language. It is not what you speak, but how you speak matters. The truth is, action speaks louder than words. Non-verbal communication such as eye contact, facial expressions, and posture play a key role in how messages are perceived. Open and attentive body language makes leaders appear more approachable and trustworthy. Beware of your body language and also of your teams. Let's look into some examples of non-verbal communication. Looking at your phone. This shows disinterest, whereas nodding and maintaining eye contact shows engagement. Next one. Arms crossed, serious face. This feels intimidating. Instead, open posture, slight smile. This feels approachable. Next one. Slouched posture, low voice indicates lack of confidence. Instead, standing straight, calm tone indicates authority and trust. Next tip. Practice two-way communication. Great leaders understand that communication is not one way. True leadership begins with listening as much as speaking. Two-way communication creates trust, encourages collaboration, and makes employees feel valued and heard. Effective leaders don't just give instructions, they invite ideas, feedback, and meaningful conversations. Number 4. Active listening skills. Active listening involves giving full attention, avoiding interruptions, and genuinely trying to understand the speaker's perspective without evaluating them, and added with appropriate facial expression. This helps build trust, encourages openness, and allows leaders to make more informed decisions. Next one. Know your communication style. Leaders may have different styles of communication. The first step toward better communication is self-awareness. Once you understand your communication style, you can consciously choose responses that build strong relationships and better leadership. There are generally 4 types of communication. 1. Aggressive. Expressing thoughts in a forceful or dominating way while ignoring others' feelings or opinions. Check yourself whether you are having this style of communication. Example. A leader says, "This strategy is final. I don't want any objections. Just execute it." Here, the leader shuts down team's input. This is the best example for an aggressive style of communication. The next style, passive style. Avoiding expressing thoughts or needs to prevent conflict or discomfort. Check whether you have this style. An example, if you think this plan is okay, we can go with it. Here, the leader avoids making a clear decision. The next style is passive aggressive, more interesting. Indirectly expressing negative feelings through sarcasm, silence, or resistance instead of open communication. Check whether you have this style. Example, great job, missing the deadline again. Here, the leader shows frustration indirectly instead of addressing the issue. The last style, the most powerful style, that is assertive style. Communicating thoughts and needs clearly, confidently, and respectfully while valuing others' perspectives. Just check whether you have this style. Example, I understand the challenges, but we need to meet the deadline. Let's discuss how we can adjust resources to make it happen. Here, the leader is clear, respectful, and solution focused. It's always better to practice assertive communication style. Assertive communication is considered the healthiest and most effective style because it balances confidence, respect, clarity, and emotional control. Assertive communicators express themselves honestly without disrespecting others or suppressing their own voice. Express yourself in comment if you want more details on how to improve your assertive communication. We can have a separate video on the same. Number 6. Transparency. Being transparent means openly sharing relevant information such as goals, expectations, and challenges. Leaders should share expectations clearly, explain the whys behind decisions, communicate changes early. This reduces uncertainty, builds trust, and helps employees feel more connected to the organization's direction. Number 7. Asking open-ended questions. Have you ever wondered why people never speak up in meetings? You may be asking close-ended questions or leading questions. So, open-ended questions encourage employees to express their thoughts in detail rather than giving simple yes or no answers. This leads to deeper conversations, better understanding, and more thoughtful problem solving. Example could be, what do you all feel about this idea? So this will encourage the team members to open up and improve the innovation. Number 8. Empathy. Empathy involves recognizing and understanding others' emotions. This is a part of leaders' emotional intelligence. When leaders respond with empathy, employees feel valued and supported, which strengthens relationships and improves team morale. Number 9. Giving constructive feedback. This is the most difficult for some leaders as they always find it difficult to engage in challenging conversations. Effective leaders know how to give feedback without discouraging people. Instead of criticizing individuals, they focus on growth, improvement, and solutions. Example, your presentation had strong ideas. Adding clearer data visuals could make the message even more impactful. Ask yourself, are you doing this? Number 10. Receiving and acting on feedback. Strong leaders not only accept feedback but also take meaningful action based on it. This demonstrates respect for employees' inputs, builds credibility, and encourages ongoing open communication. Number 11. Inclusivity in communication. Inclusive communication improves innovation and engagement. Ask quieter employees for input. Involve teams in discussions. Hold brainstorming sessions. Use collaborative meetings. The last step. Create a culture of communication. By this, you can always create a system by which the communication flows in organizations. Encourage respectful discussions, open door conversations, team collaboration, and continuous feedback. A good real-life example is Mr. Aadit Palicha and Mr. Kaivalya Vohra, the founders of Zepto. When they were building Zepto, their main challenge was speed, delivering groceries in just 10 minutes. Now think about it. This kind of model can only work if communication inside the company is extremely clear and fast. Even a small misunderstanding between teams like warehouse, delivery, or tech can delay the entire process. So what did they do? They focused on very direct and simple communication within teams. Instead of long, complicated instructions, they made sure that tasks were clearly defined, responsibilities were specific, teams could quickly clarify doubts without hierarchy delays. They also built a culture where communication is quick and open, especially between tech and operations. For example, if there was a delay in delivery, the issue could be immediately communicated to the tech team and fixed quickly instead of going through multiple hierarchical layers. This helped them reduce confusion, make faster decisions, and improve efficiency in real time. So, at the end of the day, people may forget presentations, meetings, and reports, but they will always remember how a leader made them feel. Great communication builds trust. Trust builds strong teams, and strong teams build successful organizations. Because great leadership always begins with great communication. So we saw how communication can either strengthen or break an organization. What communication skill do you think every leader should master first? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you find this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe and share it with aspiring leaders and professionals. Have a great day.